Hello, everyone. This is the most magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, I'm back at it, going over the calendar in this calendar review. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there, and hopefully all of you had a good weekend. I'm doing good, and I'm staying safe for the most part, and my weekend was pretty good, and it didn't have anything to do with Blitz War. My weekend, what I did, I watched John Wick Chapter 4. And all I will say, I'll talk a little more about it. It was very great. It was great. And I'll go more into what I thought about it after we go over the calendar. So I don't think we should waste any more time. I think we should go ahead and jump into the calendar review, shall we? First up on the agenda is the Trash Mythic Battle Pass Season 23, the continuation of that. And that's going to be going on until June the 22nd. Then we have the continuation of the Warfront Mayhem event, and that's going to be going on until July the 2nd. Then we have a faction level up tournament that will be starting up today on June the 12th, and that's going to be until Thursday, June 15th. Then we have a solo level up tournament that will be starting on Thursday, June the 15th, and that's going to be until Sunday, June the 18th. Then we have a faction survival road tournament that's going to be starting today on Monday, June the 12th, and that's going to be until Wednesday, June the 14th. And so far, closing out the week, we will be having a solo raid tournament that will be starting on Thursday, June the 15th, and that's going to be until Saturday, June the 17th. And I know we're most likely going to have a cross-region war, but for whatever reason, that really isn't listed here, but I'm sure that's subject to change. So, while the Warfront Mayhem event is happening, we've already had 2 Blitz Wars, which the second Blitz War for my faction went, I'm not gonna lie, it went pretty bad. I was only able to manage to get around 50,000 war points. It was that bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So hopefully the cross-region war will be better. We'll see. But that's probably definitely still on the schedule, but it isn't listed right here, right now. So, let me update you guys on a couple of things. My last part 14 of the Dying Light playthrough, that video has gotten almost 70 views. 69 views at the time of this recording. And I gotta say, I'm surprised. I am stunned. Usually when I upload those Dying Light 2 videos, they normally get around 20 to 25 views, maybe a little more. I was expecting the same type of numbers like I was with them, between that 20 to 25, maybe a little more than 25 views, but 69, perhaps 70 views after this video. But man, I'm so surprised about that, and I just gotta say thank you to each and every one of you that decided to watch that particular part for whatever reason. That's the most viewed part of the series so far. And talking about Dying Light 2, at the VNC Tower. Unfortunately, I mentioned it in the latest post in my community tab. Unfortunately, the VNC Tower mission, I am going to have to break into two different parts. I wanted to do it in one part, and I was hoping I was going to be able to, and my phone storage just wouldn't really allow that to happen. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to lower it down to not lower it, but I'm going to have to split that into two parts. So, you guys are going to get a double treat of Dying Light 2 this week. That way, the parts won't be a week, won't be a week out, because it is going to be the same mission. Part 2 is just going to be finishing the mission, because it's definitely the longest mission of the game at that point. Now, let's talk a little about John Wick 4. I'm not going to really go into spoilers. I'm not going to talk about specifics, but now, before I watched John Wick 4, I said that John Wick 3 was definitively my favorite one, but after watching John Wick Chapter 4, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if the third one is I don't know if the third one is any longer my number one favorite. It's definitely between Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 that's my favorite. I honestly don't know. I've actually watched the fourth one twice. Yep, so it's really long at 2 hours and 50 minutes. So yeah, it's definitely very long. It's the longest John Wick movie. And the action sequences are so great. Definitely. There isn't a disappointing action sequence at all. You have the Osaka Continental, you have Berlin, and then you have all the stuff that happens in Paris. It's going to be between the Osaka Continental and all of the stuff that happens in Paris. That's my favorite action sequences. The stuff in Berlin isn't bad, but I feel like the Osaka Continental action sequences and the Paris action stuff is way, way, way better. And all of it's so good. And even though it's so long, it doesn't feel like it's the 2 hours and 50 minutes. At least it didn't to me. And the main theme of this movie, of John Wick 4, is consequences. Yeah, I won't say specifically what consequences, but consequences is the main theme of John Wick 4, and consequences are dealt out left and right, up and down. I mean, that's all I'm really going to say about it without getting into spoilers. And honestly, how this movie wraps up, I freaking love it. I think it's fantastic. I think this movie wraps up beautifully. I think it's how it wraps up. I think it's well earned, honestly. I really do. And that's why I don't want to talk specifics. I would recommend, if you are into the John Wick movies, I would highly recommend checking this one out. Oh, another thing I want to talk about, there's this character named Kane. Yes, I will talk about him. This guy, Kane, he is a certified mofo. He is a certified badass. He's cool. He's very cool. And he's also blind. Yes, he is blind, but he can still handle himself in a fight. And there's this one part, before he shows his skills, he's just sitting in a corner eating a bowl of noodles. That's not really important to the story, but but once Kane shows his fighting skills, oh man, it's so great. And that's all I'm going to say about John Wick 4. I thought it was really well done, and it might be my favorite John Wick. Maybe that one or the third one. I don't know. The third and fourth one are very close to me as far as which one's the best one. And yeah, I will have part 15 of Dying Light coming up soon, hopefully. And that's all I got for you guys for today. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Buck Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.